We got another video for you. We're talking about North Austin and what's going on up there, talking about some of the developments that have come that way. And we're going to kick it off with our favorite, and everybody's been talking about it, the $17 billion Samsung semiconductor plant.
This has been the big news in terms of inbound tech migration. Just the scale of it is mind-boggling. Samsung's committed to $17 billion, but that investment could dramatically increase, David, not only in terms of the dollars, but in terms of the jobs. These are Chapter 313 applications, which essentially boil down to school districts providing tax breaks as an incentive for development. In here, we've got all kinds of new applications, 9 separate facilities in Taylor. This is 10 times the amount of investment, could add up to 167 or more billion dollars and over 8,000 jobs. And as you'll see in the next slide, down in Manor, 2 additional projects, another $24.5 billion and another 1,800 jobs, David. I mean, the scale of this is absolutely mind-boggling.
So to put this in perspective, the entire budget for the state of Texas last year was $260 billion. So these are some massive numbers. I was just reading about this one where the 200 acres were purchased by Skybox and Prologis in a partnership, basically, to build some data centers there. I thought this was pretty interesting. You know, they already have a 20-acre site that they're going to build out in Pflugerville. I've read it's going to bring about 10 jobs. These aren't very heavy on the number of jobs, but the amount of investment is pretty heavy. And I think it's just a sign of what's going to continue to come. And more investment brings, just the cyclical nature that we've talked about of how these things work. And Austin has a lot of momentum because of announcements like this.
Yeah, and you take a look at the data center segment of the industry. It's a huge market. It's expected to double now between 2026 with significant year-over-year growth. And on the next slide, you can see some of the dollar numbers. We're talking about a $7+ billion industry a couple of years ago, doubling to over $14 billion in just a few years. So all of this happening in our North market. Obviously, there's other stuff around the world going on here, but the North market of Austin is a big player in these numbers.
The Apple campus, already $1 billion investment there. And it looks like they are going to put another $279 million into this facility. And is that going to add 2 million square feet, or is it going to just bring it up to 2 million square feet?
No, that's adding 2 million square feet.
I mean, just to put that in perspective, I mean, I don't know if there's a building in downtown Austin that even has that much. I mean, most of these big high rises have like 500,000 square feet of available space. So 2 million adding to this facility, that's a lot.
We're talking about construction starting in 6 months from now with a completion by early 2025. They're expanding the land mass that they are accumulating with some contiguous parcels on either side of their existing facility. Basically, an annexation of about 52 plus acres, formerly agricultural land, that's on both sides of the Apple campus and adding to that Palmer corridor. We haven't talked about too much. A lot of the Samsung activity we've referenced is up in Taylor, but they've got a huge facility off of Palmer. There's a lot going on as Palmer runs its way from the northwest down to the southeast into Manor. And the Apple campus is really an anchor up in that northwest sector of that Palmer corridor. We see news stories of Amazon canceling some construction, postponing construction of some of their warehouse sites. We see different pullbacks, if you will, in the tech sector. The key here is noting that the big players that have invested in Austin are doubling down on their investment, not backing off.
I think I read recently when the top employers in Austin, I mean, it's by far the state of Texas is the biggest employer in Austin. But up there is Apple with something closing in on around 10,000 jobs. So they've got a couple campuses around the area, but I mean, 2025, I think what we're looking, like you're saying, is we're trying to forecast
Right.
or project. And so this is a company saying, hey, we're going to make significant number of hires in the thousands of people, and we want a place to put them. And so you can look forward to 2025, and the area is going to still keep growing into the future here. So I think that's the message. We got a 5-year horizon that we can confidently look forward and say we're going to still see growth.
Right.
Apple making a statement that they want people coming back to the office. And so here they're putting their money where their mouth is. If you're currently working from home, how do you feel about going back into the office? We'd love to hear from you. Some people thinking, hey, I want to stay remote entirely. Some people are like, a little bit of office, 2 to 3 days a week is perfect. And some people maybe want to get back altogether. So let us know where you land in that mix.
And then to wrap up this session of the North Market, we're going to the far northwest now, David, out to Marble Falls. This is a huge $750 million housing development, over 1,300 homes, a couple hundred multifamily units, just under 1 million square feet of retail and commercial, all on 546 acres. And it's not just the residential use going into Marble Falls, as you'll see on the next slide.
In addition, there's going to be a hotel and conference center, $24 million investment, 123 rooms, meeting space, and then amenities there as well.
We're very excited about what's happening in the North Austin market. If you're thinking about investing either as a homeowner, make your residence, build a life up in the North Austin market, let us know. Also, a lot of our clients, entrepreneurs, very successful, have gone into commercial real estate, diversifying even into industrial, light industrial. Lots of that happening up in this North market, David. And I feel that that's an area where we can add a lot of value, provide good insight into helping our clients make smart decisions and avoid costly mistakes up in this really dynamic North market area.
We look forward to talking to you soon. Go down to the description and you can schedule a call with me or Lee, and go ahead and subscribe so we can see you on the next video.